Up today on my solo motorcycle travels in Iraq. I finally bike out of Basra and into Iraq. I visit the Garden of Eden, baffle countless men, and swap my motorcycle for a motorboat in the Mesopotamian Marshes. Yalla, Habibis. I was really worried yesterday because my bike was outside in the pouring rain, but the neighbors didn't answer when I knocked on the door, so I texted and asked if the bike could be covered in some way. This is what happened. They put a carpet on top of the bike. Sweet. That works, I guess. I hope. Anyway, today I am going to be leaving Basra, taking my first steps out into Iraq, like the rest of Iraq. I'm going to a place that should be really cool. It is actually the location of the Garden of Eden, or so people say. It's basically where the Tigris and Euphrates rivers come together, and so they say that the tree of knowledge that Eve ate the fruit from, kicked out of paradise, is there. And then after that, I will be going maybe to a city called Nasiriyah, maybe to a place called Shubaysh where I can go into the marshes. Let's see, it kind of depends on accommodation. I'm still working out where I'm gonna stay because I'm always working out where I'm gonna stay, but let's just see how my mood is once I get there. It's all like a trick to try to make the bag evenly packed so that when I tie it onto the bike it doesn't like flop to either side. But I also have to protect my laptop from getting battered and my drone from getting crushed. So it's a puzzle that I really hate actually. I need to plan this better, but I don't really know how yet. So here we are. Forgetting some. Backpack that's still soaked from rain yesterday. Whatever. I'm sitting here waiting for my host to come because he wants to say bye. Before I go, and my bike's in a neighbor's garage right now. But while I'm doing that, I'm trying to get set up with maps here. I just realized that Google Maps navigation does not work in Iraq. Whenever I try to do anything and navigate somewhere, like look, I just press start, and then it doesn't give me the option for navigation, it's just preview. So I could go step by step, but in a city that's really stressful if you're like, just kind of following the line. But I'm trying to download other apps. I have Waze, I have Maps.me. Both of those are okay. I like Google Maps the most though, so this is a bit annoying. But let's see. Luckily there aren't too many roads once you get out of the city, so navigating is relatively easy. The hard part is city navigation without getting hit. Where should I put it? Okay. I had to stay quiet because Jaffer didn't want his neighbors to know that I was a girl. Hang on. I'll put the bag on instead. Bike gear has its benefits. Thank you. Wait. It's heavy, wait. get out of there.
Okay. My pleasure.
I think your neighbor is wondering who I am.
Fuel, is it enough for you?
Fuel? Yes, I
How
have.
you make sure that
There's fuel stations on the highway,
on the
right?
highway there is a fuel station.
No, I have plenty.
That's one for how many kilometers?
I can go maybe 280 if driving highway speeds. In the city, I can go 300. And right now I've gone 60. So
180 you say? The minimum.
280.
180, right?
280 minimum. So, yeah.
It is around 100, yes, more than 150 kilometers without. That's all.
But I'm gonna go to this place first. Alcorna. And there's stations on the way.
So you will not go through highway? There's no highway?
Yeah, I'll go on the small road.
So you go from inside? Corna, okay.
Yeah.
You face any problem, just give me a call. Okay.
You're like, help me! What to do? I'm dying!
For all the way, anything you face, just give me a call. I can't help. Even you are there, okay?
Thank you. I appreciate it. Hopefully I won't need it. Hopefully I'll be okay, inshallah.
Anyway, the people in those areas are very good people, okay?
Yeah. In villages, people are usually nice.
Yes, very nice.
In cities, sometimes. Thank you very much for everything. You made it really easy. Tell your friends thank you again also. They were super cool. Okay. Thank you very much for everything. Thank you for taking time
If you won't touch me. Okay.
Yes, definitely. I'll let you know. See you later.
Okay.
Sleep well today. After a few rainy days in Basra, I was finally heading out into Iraq proper. So much water today. Road conditions in South Iraq aren't the greatest. Because of the rain, there was an extra problem too. Many of the lanes were filled with mud. Delightful. Please ride carefully. And wipe your GoPro off regularly too. After about an hour of riding, I reached Alcorna. It's the supposed home of the Garden of Eden and the meeting point of the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. You know, Mesopotamian cradle of civilization and all. As an introduction, my navigation app, Waze, decided to take me on a shortcut through the market. Interesting. I was admittedly a little bit nervous. This was my first time going into smaller towns in Iraq, and I wasn't sure how people would react to seeing a lone woman on a motorcycle. See, people in towns and villages are often more conservative, and people warned me about the conservative south of Iraq. But in this case, no one seemed to care that a biker was there at all. Perfect. So I'm here at the meeting point of the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, and you can see the water here. River. In theory, this is where the Garden of Eden was, and I'm sure you guys must know that story. It's where Adam and Eve, the mother and father of humanity, according to Abrahamic religions, lived in paradise, and God told them, just stay here, chill, don't touch anything, and it'll be okay. If you eat from this tree, you lose and get kicked out. And TLDR, they ate from the tree, and humans became filled with sin. That was my hack summary of the religious story. I'm sure you know it, so it's okay. As you can see, it does not look like the Garden of Eden anymore, or if it is, this is very interesting paradise. But pretty cool to stand at the meeting point of two important rivers like this. So here we are. At that point, I made an executive decision. Since I'd pass it anyway, I decided I'd stop over and try to stay at Iraq's famous Mesopotamian Marshes. I read online that travelers sometimes camp out at a martyr's monument on the edge of the marshes, near a town called Jabayish. There, I could find a boat into the marshes and have gated parking for my motorcycle. What's not to like? When I got to the monument, I was in for a surprise. Or should I say, I was the surprise.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good morning.
Good morning, good afternoon.
Welcome.
I'm here with a bunch of guys from Kuwait. They're all traveling around in Iraq right now. They're insisting I have coffee, so why not? Picture? Okay. This is a very helpful person. He's been translating everything, so thank you, brother.
Kuwait. Egypt. Iraq. This mix. Kuwait, Iraq.
Everything.
Yes.
Okay.
Iraq. Kuwait. This mix. Kuwait, Iraq. Passport, Iraq. Islam.
But in Kuwait.
This sheep, number one sheep. Sheep. Number one sheep, this Iraq. Kuwait.
يمكن شهرين صارت تمشي.
والله زين. Okay.
Instagram.
Instagram,
You have restaurant, matam.
Yes.
It's people.
محمد الحج
100 man.
حج انجلش
Eventually, the excitement of the one-woman circus wore off and the Kuwait squad left. After changing in the security guard's toilet, I could finally set out into the famous Mesopotamian Marshes. The head of tourist police in the area, Ahmed, who speaks excellent English by the way, helped me to arrange a boat rental. Is it okay? Sit. Let's go. The Mesopotamian marshes are some of the largest inland wetlands in the world, on the floodplains of the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. But they're also home to a dying culture and an environment ravaged by both war and climate change. For thousands of years, since the times when Babylon and Ur were still thriving cities, people lived on these marshes. There were entire villages atop the wetlands. People lived in houses made of reeds called mudifs. But these days, hardly any homes are left. The most visible mudifs are guest houses, not homes. Why? Well, so many reasons, as Ahmed explained to me later. Firstly, the marshes are a tiny fraction of the size that they once were, partially because of war and politics. The people in this region resisted Saddam Hussein's rule, so he drained the marshes to drive them out and attack them. The Martyrs Monument was built in honor of all the marsh Arabs who were killed. Though the marshes were refilled after Saddam Hussein's reign ended, not everyone came back. Climate change is another big threat. Temperatures are rising and rain is less reliable. These marshes used to be wet year-round, but now they dry out for months at a time. Understandably, most people aren't living on the marshes these days. They're just bringing their animals out from villages to graze and cool down, like this family here. And yes, it was a family. There were women there, but they asked me to keep them out of any videos. Okay, so this is the house where they live temporarily to take care of the animals. Their actual house is in town. These are their animals. Hey, buffalo. Hmm? Yeah, it's for the animals, right? What is your name? Ali? Nice to meet you, Ali. I'm Alex. So all these are yours. Hi, buffalo. These animals, how did they come here? These go in boat? This is what the buffaloes are eating. It's like flowers, something. Bye. Bye. And so, after a few hours out on the marshes, we boated back to the Martyrs Monument. I meant to camp by the monument, but things didn't quite go as planned. Wait, very good. Jaid is good, right?
جيد راح اسوي العشاء عشاء وسيد قمر بس انا مفطح.
So I asked to go camping near the Martyrs Monument today, the one close to the marshes, and the soldiers were like, you can just stay in one of the spare rooms. So here I am in my kingdom for the night, even as Wi-Fi, very slow. I'm not going to be using it. But they also were like, come, you should eat with us, have food, have food, have food. And so they just brought me soup, bread, and salad. Oh, I'm so excited every time I see salad. I don't get enough. People just eat rice and meat all the time. Oh, it's so good. After a somewhat noisy night, I woke up to a perfectly serene sunrise. Good morning. Good morning from the marshes. I got up to see the sunrise because why not? I've been lying in bed for a while anyway. So I'm doing a perimeter around the Martyrs Monument. There's all this concrete here, so it's pretty easy to walk, even in my socks and sandals. And yeah, it's pretty, but also amazing because it's quite dry. All of this area, there's not actually water coming up to here. And yesterday, Ahmed, the tourist kind of police guy, told me that all of this should be wet, but the marshes are actually drying up. He said that there used to be like a meter of water in all of these areas here at this time of year, and now it's basically dry. And that's because of the climate changing. After Saddam kind of drained this place, it never came back the same, and the climate is changing now, so weather patterns are changing. Things are getting hotter, rains aren't as consistent anymore. Sometimes there's downpours like there have been in the last few days, and sometimes nothing. He said that a month ago all this was dry, so it's beautiful. But at the same time, it's a messed up reminder of climate change and everything that we're facing and how vulnerable some of these communities are. It's always strange to be a tourist in a place like this. Scientists and locals are hoping to use ecotourism as a way to save the marshes. More tourists equals more profit, meaning people with power are more motivated to protect and preserve the environment. But at the same time, we now know how quickly tourism can destroy destinations, especially fragile ecosystems like this one. And what will happen when people come looking for a dying culture? Will it quietly be created for tourist pleasure alone? I don't know. Sometimes travel creates more questions than it answers.